The weather has been cold, around 40 or 50 some degrees in the daytime, rainy and windy. The Patchouli from Reminiscence is pretty new to my rotation, and it is perfect for this type of weather conditions. Welcome to my place. My name is Dave. Very good to have you here. Spray time. Very, very good sprayers. Let's see. Oh. The bottle itself looks pretty cool. Simple enough. The cap has some weight to it, so this does not feel or look cheap at all in real life. It's been very hectic, but this fragrance hobby thing is actually a great stress relief. Wore this patchouli on one hand for the past couple weeks, and also the other fragrance on the other hand. And this patchouli actually won the little competitions, and here's why. Right away it goes dark and warm with that Tolu Blossom, which smells like dark, sweet, cinnamon, vanillic, amber, and that sweet is just a light sprinkle. It never goes beyond level 2 out of 10 on the sweet. What I found for myself is that I enjoy in the cold weather like this, I want my dark scents to soften up just a bit by adding a light touch of sweet in the background, not from tonka bean or sugar, but preferably from the sweet of resin, incense, smoky, and balsamic. Just my own taste. This bottle actually don't transition all that much. Right away I'm getting also leather, amber, incense. The whole thing does not go super dark. It has vetiver, fresh cedar to give it just a bit of a lift. Oh yeah, and there's patchouli in here for sure. Now patchouli is a bit tricky for me, because I probably have not smelled any patchouli that I don't like. While I do know that it gives some people some problems, yeah, it is very difficult for me whenever I need to recommend patchouli, because I just enjoy it so much. I don't see problems with that. I don't smell the problem that people talked about. Okay, here's a quick stupid little thing about me and patchouli. I live in the city, but I have lots of boots, and I go in a lot of nature hikes. And I wear a poncho around the house in the cold weather, kind of like the poncho that Clint Eastwood wore in the movie The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That was actually the description, the name of the poncho that I got. The Clint Eastwood poncho. Anyway, so when patchouli is added with amber and wood, I would associate the smell with that rough, the rugged outdoor, walking on dirt, smelling the earth, and sleeping on the desert floor, something like that. And this Reminiscence patchouli has a strong smell of warm leather, ambery blossom. I just get the whole vibe. Anyhow, that was a waste of your 30 seconds. And now back to this. The patchouli here is so heavily tangled with that dark Tolu Blossom and the amber. It does veer just a bit towards the earthy type of patchouli, but it doesn't really go that heavy on the dirt smell. So if you're concerned about that, it doesn't go heavy, but it does go in that direction because it's added with the amber and the wood. And that's a really good combination for me. Yep. At times it does smell just a bit like walking into a smoke shop where you buy tobacco. Yeah, when I dig my nose to it really hard, I actually smell booze just a bit too. Not strong on the booze, but I'm getting that. I took a gamble and blind bought this 200ml bottle for about $80 some, and I feel like I hit the jackpot. This was just a bit darker than what I was expecting, but it turned out to be perfect for my dark, gothic taste. I get a sense of walking into the cowboy log cabin with burning wood, or like an old castle with burnt wood and incense. It's just some bit of imagery or scenario that fits this fragrance for me. Just get yourself in the right mindset when you smell this, before you smell this, okay? Now to summarize on the smell, this is actually very well-rounded fragrance. Even though it's dark, it doesn't smell out of place. It doesn't really punch me in the nose. It doesn't go off in the wrong way that some heavy scents can be sometimes, because it does have that light touch of sweet and freshness. It does still goes the heavy and dark direction. Yeah, it fits perfectly for the cold weather, and I personally will not wear this in the hot days. I just want to do that. Longevity is good for about 5 to 7 hours. Projection is decent. Situation to wear this is a little bit tricky for me. It's not that it's difficult, but for others, I would not consider this to be super easy going. It's not an easy fragrance for the masses, but then again, it's nothing difficult in here, nothing offensive about the smell. Yeah. If I could, just put it simply, okay, if I could keep 2 or 3 bottles of dark fragrance, this will be one of them, because the price is crazy reasonable for this type of quality, and the smell is enjoyable for the artistic nose, but at the same time is fairly acceptable for the typical people. So I do bear in mind at times I come across just a little bit herbal, but just a tiny bit. Yeah. Oh, by the way, it is listed online as for women. And nope, I don't think so. I think there's a mistake on this. And I'm quite sensitive about that. I cannot wear anything too feminine to go out. And nope, for sure, I don't see. And also when I wore it, my wife don't like it as much, because the herbal or a little bit medicinal, like I think maybe 1 out of 10. I do get that when she mentioned it. Yep, I got it. I understand. But I tend to enjoy that when it's not too strong. What is that? It doesn't just total medicinal. Just a tiny bit, okay? In case if your nose is keen to that, it is in there. But like I said, for me, it's like 1 out of 10 level. Yeah, it does have similarity to any of the dark, ambery, patchouli, smoky base fragrance, but no, not exact copy. I don't have anything like this. It is very well done. I keep repeating that. This is from top to bottom. I don't smell anything out of place. I don't smell anything that's uncomfortable. It's just so enjoyable for me. So when I say I hit the jackpot, I really meant it. Again, just think of this as a little bit heavy, smoky, patchouli, dark, and get just a light touch of freshness to it and a little bit of sweet. Okay, I hope that is helpful. That was just a very quick take on this. Like I said, I don't know if it's gonna fit all situations. Okay. In case you have, I have to emphasize this because how good it is. I want to make sure that you understand. If you have a problem with patchouli when it goes too earthy sometimes, I mentioned before it could go a little bit chocolate cake for me, but this one is more the earthy. However, because the amber, I would call this like an ambery plus patchouli. So the amber is a big part of it, and a little bit smoky and incense. So just imagine that, while patchouli is just an accompaniment. It's just a complement. Okay, so don't worry if you have a problem with the earthy patchouli. It is a player in here, but it's not the only main character. Okay, just think of it like an ambery, smoky type of scent, and that's what it is. In the background with the cold, snowy weather, the sun's coming up, bringing a little bit of warmth. That's perfectly how it is. That's how I feel every time I wear this. That's why when I say I wear it for the past couple of weeks, I meant it. Usually I don't wear fragrance that many days in a row, but I did. Like maybe once a day or once every couple of days, I'll put this on because how much I enjoy in this cold weather. So, all right then, I hope that is kind of helpful. And as always, see you next time.